Alright guys, welcome to
Doesn't taste good. I drink it. This guy's handball skipper. So they work really.
Alright guys, welcome to the first episode of, well, we just kind of discussed the name of
It's gonna officially be called Cleats and Coffee with Coach Cruz and Coach Lee.
We don't have any coffee today because we kind of just came up with that name, but we're gonna rock with the name regardless.
Do you drink coffee?
I do not drink coffee often. I think it was the first week I met you. You were drinking black coffee, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And I started to drink it for like a week or so, and then I was like, I couldn't keep up with it. It's disgusting, bro.
It doesn't taste good. I drink it for what it does to me, for the performance. And I was against caffeine for the longest time until I actually researched it and actually found there are actually some really good benefits to it. And literally a little tiny cup of just hot water black coffee gets me going.
So is the caffeine in energy drinks like, is it the same or?
There is caffeine in energy drinks, but I think actual coffee is literally Mother Nature's energy drink. So that's why I tend to stay away from the actual energy drinks like Celsius, Monster, Red Bull, all that stuff. Just have a cup of coffee.
I ain't gonna lie, this past maybe 2 months, I've been hooked on it. I've been drinking a lot of energy drinks, because it pumps me up.
They work, and that's the bad thing. Is they work so stinking well.
So
they work really well.
These past 2 days, I've been cold turkey.
They're really good.
Yeah,
And how do you feel?
Feeling a little bit like, I'm missing something. But I'm trying. But I'm not the type of person to get hooked on anything. Mm-hmm. So I know I don't need it.
You don't need it. Yeah.
But I still feel for it at the moment. Yeah, it's only been 2 freaking days.
2 days. Yeah.
So yeah.
Have you heard of Jamie Vardy's caffeine addiction?
I heard about his Red Bull one.
Red Bull, yeah.
The Red Bull one, he's had that. It's the Red Bull.
He'll wake up, have a Red Bull. Pre-game, you'll have like 2-3 Red Bulls and a black coffee.
But how true do you think that is, though?
I think it's true.
You think that's true? There's no way.
When you see him, his eyes are always he's always like
wired. He's going to get a heart attack, bro.
He's always wired.
That's heart
attack. Ready to go.
I don't believe that story.
Yeah. I would not be surprised. He's a crazy guy.
Yeah.
He's a crazy guy.
So, some things that I want to talk about today, and this has been this is actually something that we have talked about a lot too. Mm-hmm. It's the idea of players not watching the game enough. Oh my God, bro. It drives me
absolutely insane.
I love to coach the players who you can have those kind of conversations with and speak about the game last week.
And they're very up to date. I love it when the players are up to date with what's going on in the game. And for me, it always boils down to, if you want to become the best player, you need to be watching the best players doing the thing that you want to do.
So I learned so much from just watching the game, especially as a kid, as a kid, and I think part of the reason why kids don't necessarily want to watch the game and learn. Some say that it's boring and everything, but I think the access to training and stuff has become so easy.
Mm-hmm. They don't want to watch it.
They don't want to watch it to learn anything.
I agree with that. I agree with that. And I never had that initial desire to just want to go and watch soccer. Mm-hmm. Like, I had to actually be a little bit disciplined with it, actually sit down, figure out what game I'm going to watch at what time, and then actually end up watching it. And some games are boring. Some games are boring, but
it's only the teams that you don't really know.
I had this mental shift where I no longer started watching the game for enjoyment. I actually watched it to learn.
Right.
And then those boring games, you can still learn a whole bunch out of it. I
think part of it too, the game is supposed to be entertaining, right? Mm-hmm. Like, if you grew up in the era of Messi,
Ronaldinho, yes,
Javier and Iniesta in the middle.
Yeah.
Those games, if those games didn't interest you,
something's wrong with you.
Something is wrong with you.
Something is wrong.
You're not a baller. Right. You gotta be a baller to be in those games.
Something is wrong with
those games. It used to have you like locked in on the TV, like the whole, like you just locked in. You like
Do you think games are more entertaining now or 10 years ago?
No.
Really?
I'm good now.
Why?
I think okay, I could say this. The introduction of VAR and stuff has made things interesting to a certain aspect, but when we didn't have VAR, we had a little bit more drama.
There was a little bit more drama. There was a little bit more drama. I do think there is a little bit more drama with VAR, but sometimes it's for the wrong reasons. Like when they actually get a call incorrect, like that's bringing like the unnecessary drama, I think.
Let's talk about the handball against Arsenal.
The handball against Arsenal. What about it?
Well, this guy.
Look, it was a handball. It was a handball, but
are you serious?
Yeah, it hit his hand.
He shot the ball.
He shot the ball, yeah,
and he moved away.
Yeah, I've seen worse handballs given.
Wow,
I've seen worse handballs given. I don't know, and this is why I'm the handball rule. I still think there needs to be a more clear description of what a handball is, because there's times when I think it is a handball and it's actually not, and then it's not a handball and then it actually is.
I think according to the referee and all that, they said because it was a goal, that's why they called it a handball. So if it wasn't a goal, it would have been
no handball.
No handball. That doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
It's either it's a handball or it's not a handball totally.
Yeah.
In every aspect,
Yeah.
But they only do that to Arsenal, so it's whatever.
We can continue talking about Arsenal. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're an Arsenal fan, listen up closely.
There you go.
I think Arsenal are a very, very good team. And this season, Arsenal, if they had a striker, and in particular, if they had Ollie Watkins, Arsenal win the Premier League. I think it's that simple. It's that simple. Yeah. Because Liverpool, we've given Arsenal enough chances to keep this thing really interesting and really, really close.
Hey,
we've
dropped
only
enough 3 points off.
No.
It's like 3 points?
You're 6 points behind, and we have a game in hand.
Hey, man. Liverpool going to take the L soon. No, I ain't worried about it. But
Arnie Slot, Premier League and Champions League in his first season.
Not serious. Yeah, so unserious. But anyway, this is going back. You can always tell the difference with the players who watch the game and the players who don't watch the game. Right?
Yeah.
You can always tell the difference by their decision making.
The decision making.
Ability to solve issues, and their mentality as well is a lot stronger.
The mentality towards training is different. The players who I work with, who legitimately are watching games week in, week out, show up to training like wanting to train. Like warriors, Yeah. And that energy when they come in with like some fire, oh my god,
it makes you want to train even more.
I'm trying to get to this point where I'm gonna go, and I wanted to help the players. I'm gonna go purely based off of the energy that they're giving me.
Yeah.
And I think that will open up their personality and their game completely different. Because if they come in flat, like now, I will say, I do think good coaches should provide energy. But if we translate it to a team situation, there's probably only be 3 or 4 coaches versus 20 players.
Right.
And you can't expect those 3 or 4 coaches to have more energy than the whole team.
There's a lot of times I can't even help it at times because I love the game so much is that I just have energy when I coach. I just have the energy. I have to understand as well too that some players are different, right? Some obviously they may not know as much about the game, so I have to share my passion a little bit.
That's what it boils down to, like
my passion into them.
The players that I work with, yes, I want them to become very, very good players, but I want to develop players who are the most in love with the game. Players who truly like live, breathe, sleep, soccer, football. Yeah, that's the goal.
I think American culture is different. I'm completely okay with it. I just think the game needs a little bit more respect and understanding totally. So I think that is our role as coaches to kind of help them understand that as well too, and make sure that they know how valuable of a sport this is. I just feel like this is like no other sport. It's like no other sport. No other sport. It gives you so much. It gives you so
Gives you
much.
so much. Let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
What do you think is your best attribute as a coach?
My best attribute as a coach? I think it's definitely my energy and my ability to be creative as well too. I think the one thing I struggle with a lot is delivery. I wish it could be better. More clean at times. It's clean sometimes, but I have to be extra prepared, you know? I have to be extra prepared. How about you?
I would say my best attribute as a coach is probably my relatability to the players. I think my age helps. Like, I was in the players' shoes not too long ago, and in combination with that, I think I've got quite a good ability of actually explaining things, actually like breaking things down for players to understand it in like a digestible way.
Are you on your knees?
Stretch.
What?
This position for all the soccer players, especially the boys. You have to become very, very comfortable in this position here. All the girls can do it. Can you sit in this position? Try.
No.
Try.
I don't want to do
Try.
it.
Can you sit in this position? Can you sit here for 2 minutes? Can you sit here for 2 minutes?
That's a long time, bro.
Try.
I have bad knees, bro.
This is for your ankles, bro.
I got bad knees, though.
I have bad knees too.
You don't get the ankles. It's like that back the ankles. But yeah, that's mainly the thing I wanted to kind of get off my chest a little bit. I just want players to watch the game a little bit more. Like, have you seen? I have bought players shirts to help them
teams.
of teams fall in love with the game. I understand that I can't get every player to love the game, but if I can get 1, 2, 3, I'm happy.
And then
with
those
that.
players go in.
Do something. I'm happy I can do that all day.
And also my I think there are some players who are in this situation. Again, not going to name any names, but I think it'll be more beneficial if you actually skip training for an hour and actually go and watch a game. Boom, boom, mic drop.
That's a mic drop right there, because
right there.
You know what? I even had players or parents asking me for players to train 3 times a week, and I'm like, maybe they should take an hour to watch a game, or maybe they go out on the field. You ask them to create their own practice, and they go out on the field and actually try to execute on those things as well, without a coach screaming in the air or giving you any instructions. It's just you and your thoughts only. That's where you see a lot of improvement.
Here's another mic drop. Let the ball be the teacher.
Let the ball teach you.
Let the ball teach you.
There is an over-reliance on coaches. Over-reliance on coaches.
I agree.
Yeah, it's been happening a lot. I've seen it a lot. I'm watching it like, I should train 4 times a week, like 3 times a week to go over there.
Yeah.
So, and that's part of the reason why, for some players, I try to make it as fun as possible when they train.
Yeah.
We have a lot of like banter, a lot of it all the time, and we hang it out. We're having a lot of fun in the practices.
Yeah, and especially to the older players, don't forget to have fun, man. Like, I understand you're kind of playing the game for a different reason, but even as I'm a little bit older, I still try and have fun in my sessions, because that's like, literally, that's the initial reason why I fell in love with the game, is because of that fun aspect that it brought to my life.
Yeah, I mean, that's it, guys. That's it for the first episode of Cleats and Coffee, right?
Cleats and Coffee.
Cleats and Coffee.
We'll switch it to Cleats and Coffee next week.
Yeah, we'll switch it to Cleats and Coffee next week. But anyways, guys, peace out.
Peace out.
Thank you for joining us.